So he's failing on all those fronts. And remember, what he ran on, I mean, his candidacy was fundamentally a fraud on the public. I mean, he basically ran on two things. One, he demagogued COVID against Trump. And he said Trump is to blame for COVID. If you elect him, he would shut down the virus. That's what he said. He would shut down the virus. If you want to compare the results since he's been president to Trump, who do you think has had more people die of COVID? It's Biden, and it's not slowing down. He has not shut down the virus, and that was a fundamental promise he made. He lied. He demagogued it. He lied about it, and the result is now I think he's scurrying to try to save face. Because what he said would happen didn't happen, and he doesn't really have a plan. So this is kind of a way to piece that together. The other thing that's been fraudulent about him is he ran basically saying he was going to be a unifying president. He criticized Trump, said Trump's all this stuff. I'm going to unite the country. I'm going to do this. And yet he's pursuing more divisive policies than any president in my lifetime, and that includes Obama. I think he's more divisive on policy than Obama was. And so he's failing, and I think this is a way to try to throw a lifeline to a failing presidency. I think it's going to backfire. I think actually it's not going to work, but I think the way they think, I mean, they think that dealing with like the Virginia stuff, where these parents are so concerned about the nonsense that's being taught in their schools. And what does the Biden and the corporate press say? There's no such thing as critical race theory in school. Like, they literally act like these parents are all deluding themselves. But that's the way they think. That's their mindset. So he's going to be doing this. I think the vaccine issue, I don't believe in enforcing this on anybody. I think it should be available, but I don't think it should be forced. But honestly, the OSHA rule is really much more than about vaccine. It's about, are we a government of laws, or are we a government of individual men who can use the machinery of the federal government to impose their will on the rest of society without any sanction from the Congress, without any legislation being passed? Just go back, find an obscure regulation, and then shoehorn a massive expansion of government into that. And so I think that we have a Constitution that's worth fighting for. I think it's been battered over the years. I think that there's been a lot of problems. I think sometimes our courts haven't done as good a job as they need to do upholding the Constitution. And quite frankly, elected officials haven't done as good a job as they should have done upholding it. But now's the time to really speak. And so I urge all of you to do that.